कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative. Hello, and it's a Friday. Today, Friday the 13th. Normally, you get scared of that day. I'm scared because it's my daughter's birthday. She turns 16. Happy birthday, Maya. All on the chat to wish her, or you will be banned forever. And we have to spend some money on a birthday party, unfortunately, which includes 60% on vegetarians and only 40% on non vegetarians. I got the bill right here. Before we continue with the episode, we welcome Aakash. I think after a gap of a week or two, he makes so much money, he has no time for us. This is a charity cause for him. He comes in when he can. But we are more importantly, we keep the guy who's supposed to host the show. Oh, Agya,
He
look at
made
that
it.
guy!
He
Yeah,
made it just
I
in
Wow,
was
time.
always here.
you're
What are you talking
you're
about?
like you're like the young Azharuddin. The timing, wow, fantastic, bro. Good
And
to
the
see.
wrists also.
Really, but you don't use the bat. You use something else. No, let's
He
not go
doesn't
there.
use them for cricket. He
Thank
uses
you.
them for other
Happy
purposes.
birthday. Happy birthday. I have to say thank you. I don't know. I don't know if he's now got a girlfriend. So if you want to go in that direction, we can explore it and find out what's going on there.
What are all these
While I say
rumors you
happy
spread
birthday to my
about me,
daughter.
Cyrus? Yeah, of course. Let's go. Let's do that. Happy birthday, Maya.
She's in class, so she can't see this, but we'll probably try and send her something.
Sure.
Um,
10, 10,
Abbas,
10.
before you start your formal show, I know you're in charge of the show, but can I ask Akash one favor?
Sure.
Akash, we need help. You after this horrible episode we had with Sriram and Naveen and me, where we are not sure if Naveen got irritated beyond the point of the episode. He's not surfaced. Can you get
Oh,
him to come back and do one show with us? Because we've not heard from him
yeah.
for like 2 weeks have passed.
Didn't he get annoyed at y'all or something? I heard he got
He
annoyed.
he got annoyed. I also sent him a apology on my phone and all that, which he didn't respond to. I don't even know if he saw it. So I just want you to play the role of the Mandoli king and bring India and Pakistan together. In this case, we are Pakistan. So let's just we
Sure.
we were
I
irritating
will.
him.
I will do the necessary. I will have a conversation with
What will
him.
be your commission as a good Gujarati Manas? What will you be taking for
We'll
it?
see. We'll see.
We give you a bus. We give you a bus.
Either you give me a
to
share of the EV car promotion or you give me the EV car.
Wow, I wish I had the EV car right now. Really, I miss it so much.
Can I
Every
just
time
say
I
I
fill
don't
petrol,
know.
Huh?
I don't know what
huh?
Akash does while recording from home, but I
Why?
always feel like he is making a joint, like just outside of
I
the frame, because I don't know what
No,
he does.
you're right, and I'll tell you why you're right. Because he keeps the camera angle such that you're only looking at head and shoulders like a shampoo ad, so the hands are not really visible. So I think
and
Yeah.
he's freelancing. He's sending notes to someone and all that on the side, throughout.
I
Nice with the
do
hands
I do
up.
end up texting a bit when I'm at home and doing this, as opposed to when I'm in the studio and doing this.
We can't
That is
blame you
true.
because our show standards are so, I mean, ridiculous. You don't really have to pay attention. Someone will be talking out of turn and making no sense anyway. Today we have the
Hey,
beautiful voice of Abbas.
Cyrus, do you have a charging station in your building? Have they built one yet?
So we have one guy who's got the electric car, but mine is a small building, huh? Mind you, only 8 floors. And there's one guy who's got the electric thing, and apparently we have 3 cars and a charging station or whatever. There's some tax write-off that the building can avail of. So now they're all
Yeah, that's
pushing
why.
for us. They're pushing for us. But I need
We
to make a
have
little more.
they put one, in our building. It's a 5 charger thing.
That's the problem.
And
How many can charge at the
huh,
same time? These small questions nobody's looking at properly. Now, तेरा building में कितने लोग हैं? Or rather,
मेरा
कितने
बिल्डिंग
गाड़ी?
में 63 फ्लैट्स इनटू अरे गाड़ी तो बहुत ज्यादा है 150 गाड़ी
No,
रहेगा
no,
सब
I
लोग
mean, let's take maths. Average 15, 20 cars if and when EV becomes a revolution and you
या
got a 5 charger station, you need lots more. Everyone has to be able to do it at the right time, which is the night. I'm
या
presuming at the same time the market will be, demand will be there. So all these things have to be addressed. Right now, it's okay. There's one or two guys. Let's see. Abbas, what
I
do you
mean
feel?
we don't have a do we have an EV sponsor right now?
We are,
No.
the problem is
No,
that
no.
our bijli is going off all the time in IVM. So that's the
No,
problem.
so here's the thing. Okay, I to think these electric cars is a horrible idea because
Oh, Papa, you
you
may have got
need
a free
to
car up till this point, huh?
no, but the thing is you need to get like they need batteries, man, and the batteries come from
Yeah.
either conflict zones or fucking some rainforest you're cutting in half or whatever the fuck.
See,
It's
Akash, now this is
very
very mean of you. I'll tell you why. Because every time they try to do something green, you actually can trace there's no green in the fabric as you go deeper and deeper into it.
that's
So, I
what,
mean,
dude.
I mean, when you the whole question of what's her name, Greta Thunberg, taking those planes to go everywhere and preach her preaching, which
Yeah.
is, I mean, you tell me to put my plastic bag away, and then you look at the carbon footprint of
But
a huge jetliner. I mean,
Ruben,
it's just
Ruben David is saying his building is installing it in any owner's parking who requests it for free of cost. My office has dedicated EV parking with free charging too.
yeah.
So,
Nice.
If it
and
becomes, sorry,
is
yeah,
Ruben from Mumbai? Because I don't know if this is happening in
नहीं
good
Mumbai,
पर
that's
point.
मतलब मेरा
No,
a
good
लॉजिक
point.
positive
मेरे
step.
को लगता है कि see as long as the power that goes into the EV is not green, you still have a massive bottle,
So then,
problem there. Hmm.
Akash, this is, when you said that you started your career about depression and all, you ultimately are a comedian who depresses society, because what you're saying is really fundamentally so cynical that I don't know why we even bother. And it's not that what you're saying is true. So that's the worst part. I wish I could say call you out on it, but everything is like this. Now, what do we do? Do we have the tokenism
I was
of
talking
greenism
about
or
this
not?
to I was talking about this to somebody as well recently, and my solution was, देखो, the only way to understand the world is cynicism. The only way to deal with the world is stoicism, and the only way to have fun while you're doing it is absurdism. तो ये तीन कंबाइन करके मेरा लाइफ बहुत मस्त चल रहा है. मतलब भले
But get
दुनिया जल रहा है, बस्ती बस्ती जल रहा है, मैं नाच रहा है, मजा आ रहा है मेरे को.
Can
sahi
I
baat
can I
hai,
just say
but you have to get
the
them at the
only
right
thing
time, huh? You can't have
the
absurdism
हाँ.
at the wrong time and stoicism at the wrong time. Yeah,
the
say it,
only
Abbas.
thing
Yeah.
that's working in India right now is jingoism.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But
Azaruddin,
Abbas,
the young Azaruddin. Huh? The chapati shot off the hips. Kachak, kachar, run.
but I but I genuinely I think if you give me 5 years with this country as PM, I will take it from a jingoistic country to a gigoloistic country at the least. At
Hey,
the least.
hey,
Then I'll have to
hey.
be the
This
mascot.
is this is too much expectation. You're saying that Indian male is so wanted sexually across the universe that you will make us into a gigoloism.
No,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
dad bod
I
is a
will
thing.
huh.
Dad bod is a thing. Dad bod is
You're
like
finding
just
comfort in these
below.
thoughts, Abbas. This is like me finding comfort in my greenism until he spoke to us about how it's a fraud from start
Uh,
to finish. Green at the top and below black, brown, blue, and everything else. Yeah. But coming,
Anyone want to do a topic?
no, just
let's
last
go
one
for
on
it.
just last one the EV thing. I just want to ask you guys quickly. If you get a free, they donate the electric car to you, whichever one you like, whatever. Would you be driving electric cars or will you not be driving it? If there's no cost and I give it to you free,
I'll be driving.
so you will be driving.
Yeah, it's easier
Yeah.
to run right now than a petrol or a diesel for sure, right? Like, I mean, the only problem is the subsidy you get from the government. The companies make the car so expensive that the subsidy doesn't make sense anymore, and it costs around, I mean,
I
invariably
agree.
more than a
And
petrol
that
only.
is why I says I appeal to the government of India who watches our show religiously and tags us saying, well done, guys, with two thumbs ups every day, that they have to help us bring down the pricing of the electric vehicle. I think that the basic
Hmm.
pricing has to come down. It's almost like a social issue, which I think government should also take 20-30% off the entrepreneurs' back. Yeah. Yes or no, Abbas?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I'm fixing it at 4 lakhs
So, like,
for EV.
there's a fun parallel to be drawn here when it comes
Yeah.
to mobile phones, like luxury mobile phones. They are taxed so high that people invariably use the gray market to buy and sell mobile phones.
Not
And
Wait, what do you
us.
mean when you
billions
say
of
Not
dollars,
us.
huh?
luxury?
हाँ,
Luxury mobile phone बोले तो मतलब iPhone.
मैं दिखाता हूँ मैं दिखाता हूँ
आईफोन है या सैमसंग का जो भी फैंसी वाला है अभी.
ये what
ये
cost of
फोन है
carries these phones yeah हाँ
ये
हाँ
फोन है मैं जो अभी ये मैं रिसेंटली अक्वायर किया, सेकंड हैंड लिया मैंने.
हाँ
ये
Hmm.
आईफोन 13 है. अभी
Hmm.
ये
हाँ
उसका दुनिया में कॉस्ट कुछ और है, इंडिया में कॉस्ट कुछ और है,
Hmm. Hmm.
बिकॉज इंडिया में टैक्स
हाँ
लग रहा है
Right.
उसके ऊपर.
Right.
तो अनरियलिस्टिक
yeah
टैक्सिंग के कारण फिर ब्लैक मार्केटिंग ज्यादा होता है ना हमेशा.
and my phone,
Hmm.
ladies and gentlemen, is a work of art. All right, very difficult to get in the gray market. Try and remember that this is going to soon be vintage and we can make
That's
lots of money on
true.
Yeah,
this.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah,
it's
don't joke, don't
already
joke.
vintage. What do you mean
Yeah.
soon? It's
My
already
daughter actually
vintage.
tells me, Dad, did you used to own a push button phone? Sorry, dial phone. I was like, what the hell? How fast did
Hey
our
guys,
world
this
change?
G20 has gone to Pune now. Nikhil is saying it's happening G20 summit in Pune and they're putting up white pardas. Whoa,
There is
they
a
did this in
song by the
Mumbai also, bro.
Beatles, Akash, called "Across the Universe," and that is the idea of G20. It started started at the airport, but it's going to end in Mars with Elon
Uh,
Musk, garlanding the leaders as they enter.
वही होएगा ब्रो, वही होएगा. वो इलॉन मस्क
Why
सबको
not?
लेके जाएगा. G20 की जगह G1 रहेगा क्योंकि एक ही जगह बचेगा.
The best part for me is we joked about the fact that saaf safai ho gaya, and the next day they left Bombay to go to the next city, and slowly the banners, posters, and the saaf safai disappeared like within 24
Wait,
Yeah,
hours.
one of the countries is also Ukraine, right? In the G20, like Zelensky.
yeah.
So, matlab,
He will
how
not
bad?
come.
I mean, his country is literally going through war. How bad will the
Yeah.
slums be? Then that be like कि नहीं इसके
Yeah,
country में तो जंग चल रहा है लेकिन
Akash,
इसको
more
झोपड़ा नहीं दिखाना
importantly,
चाहिए.
if I'm the leader of Egypt and trapped in the middle of nowhere in Ukraine and bombs are going off and attacks are going on, I don't know if I want to discuss the price of coffee in Brazil with my fellow, I mean, it's a little scary, bro. Just think about
That's true.
it's,
Yeah,
that's not,
yeah.
it's a token job
Yeah,
in
but
any
I
case,
think
from
it's
what I
also
gather.
like G20 is not for us. It's for them to feel like they're doing something. You know what I mean?
No,
Like
it's a,
there's
like a,
this there's this
yeah,
British
go on.
guy who I saw one of his. I'll try and link it in the chat in a bit. But this guy he covered the climate conference. You know, in one of the recent ones, and and it was like I was like so depressed by the end of it because I was like ये लोग को फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता है dude. ये लोग just posture कर रहे हैं. ये लोग को कोई लौड़ा
You,
नहीं फर्क पड़ता है environment को क्या
what
हो रहा है.
my take is that they basically just a boys club, okay, chalo, boys and girls club, they come
More or less,
together
yeah,
just to hang out, and they don't really solve anything. There's no real intent also. They just have a little conversation, cocktail parties, always good resorts, good
yeah.
places. The
As a
first time,
South Bombay person, you will relate to that, na Cyrus? That's what.
bro, they were staying at Hyatt at Vakola, which is one of the best
Yeah,
hotels in Bombay. It's not like they were staying at YMCA, no. I'd like them to come to YMCA. You see the real Mumbai or whatever, and there are worse places.
I'd
Let them
like
go to
to see them do
Agripada.
the
Let them go to
YMCA.
Bhiwandi, huh? Yeah.
I'd like to see them do the YMCA.
Coming soon, coming soon. Yeah.
But shall
Can
we
you
do the
imagine? अभी
climate
मर्कल तो
related
नहीं रही
topic
पर
we
अगर
had?
मर्कल रहती तो और भी मजा आता.
I don't say anything
Merkel.
about Merkel, my favorite
मर्कल
Western
मौसी.
politician. Yeah.
Should we start with the climate related topic that we had since we are talking about climate change
Why don't we
Yes.
and all
take
of that?
5 minutes to ask the chat what topic to take? That also kill time.
Chat
Huh?
will say any damn thing.
I'm dealing with a child
Anyway,
here.
so
Huh.
the news is actually, or rather, the topic is that the ozone layer is on its way to completely heal, is what experts are saying. So we grew up thinking,
Yes.
or rather, being told that the ozone layer is depleting, and
Trump
all
was
the
right. Trump was right. Okay, forget the electric car. Cancel my subscription to EV. Oh, what's the point now? Sorry, it's all fraud, yeah.
so
But when you again, this is misinformation, I suppose. Like, where's
no,
this
no, no, no.
information? So
This
what do we
comes
know? No,
from
how do we know it's correct?
DNA. Because
It's the
there
same.
are, I mean, it's a, it's in a newspaper, and b, they have cited sources in the article. So
Yeah. When you
a
say
UN
this,
back, huh?
I mean, bro,
Go
come
ahead.
on. Whatever you see in print is gospel. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's like you go to the urinal, somebody says you can pee here, and that means that's what you do. Come on, bro.
I'm
That's
not saying it's
ridiculous.
gospel, but
How do we know? Must be
a
seriously.
UN backed expert panel has confirmed that the various measures taken to protect the ozone layer have actually contributed to the cause. The scientific
Yeah.
assessment panel to the Montreal Protocol on ozone depleting substances, all big words, Cyrus, uh, which is published every 4 years,
Save
said
it.
that the
Keep it for
ozone
Vartalab.
hole, what?
Wasted here.
It
No, no,
actually says ozone hole will be completely filled by around 2066. So some of us may actually be around back then.
it's like a
Back then,
rectal
nahi, matlab,
reference.
to come.
But
20 what? 20?
2066.
It'll
44
be
years
back
from
by
now.
I'll be
2066.
95. I'll be 95 batting.
Bro, it'll be much faster because we will destroy ourselves by 2050.
You
So I
think?
would say
Hey,
Uh,
2055.
Akash, I'm worried about our side of town. They're saying the sea will rise by 2030, 2035,
Your
and
house
Marine
is
Drive not be
fine, my
wiped out.
house is under. I already checked. Your house is gonna be fine, my house is gonna
अच्छा
be
ठीक
under.
है. Then I don't care.
Yeah. Then it's fine. It'll be damn fun though to watch like the water running down the cities and the police people saluting the water as it goes by.
Wow. And look at us on Malabar Hill. We'll be watching you guys and it'll be like the gladiators in Rome. No? I'll be like Nero watching and all these guys are scurrying away and the waves are overtaking you and buildings are getting submerged and we're like, come on,
Cyrus,
fight,
then move
Akash.
to higher ground. People will break into your house. What are you saying? It will not be
Akash, you'll
nice for
come
you.
to higher ground. What happens to Amit Doshi? I'd warned him. If you carry pounds, you're going to have trouble climbing that mountain. You be very careful. Yeah. So,
but doesn't he
Akash,
already live on like a very high
so he's
13th
on an
floor or something?
incline. So I don't know because he's on it's like a decline of Malabar Hill. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I'll be in
Yes,
Mazgaon
Rubin has the
somewhere.
right attitude. In
so if you,
2066 doesn't matter. By then we'll all be
So
poisoned by
actually, it says that
microplastics.
if you're in
if
Mazgaon, can I say bye
uh,
now? I'll say bye now because there's no chance. I'm
Yeah.
telling you right now. Yeah. Huh.
if the measures continue to be taken as they are now, by 2066 the ozone layer will be back to what it was like in 1980. So
Can
Right.
yeah,
you believe
that
the date you've
yeah,
given is 1,000 years for after William the Conqueror? The Battle of
Yeah.
Came from Normandy and took over
of
England.
course I can believe. Yes, totally. That's why I
1,000
gave
years.
you
Yes.
that date.
Can you
Battle of
believe it,
Hastings.
Abbas?
I was there,
Is it hard
Abbas.
for
I
you
was
to
there.
assimilate?
100 years since England won the World Cup.
Wait,
1966, 2066. And 102 years since Hey Jude. Can you believe it? Fabulous.
wait,
Just
which
irrelevant
World Cup are you
information.
talking about?
The Football World
England
Cup.
won
Acha,
The
the
World Cup
football.
the
normally
I
we say
thought you were
football.
talking about
World
because
Cup
the
for cricket,
cricket
we say
one, though
Cricket
they
World
won
Cup.
the first time they won it
When
was
we don't
the
put the
last one.
sports name, we say World Cup. That means football or soccer. And when we
Sure,
say the
okay.
name, it means like the Hockey World Cup, which is starting in a week. Now that I have to say hockey, and that's
Oh,
happening in
Yeah.
Odisha. By the way, guys, if you're not following,
are you
and
serious? The
India's
World Cup?
got
In
a chance.
Bhubaneswar. In Bhubaneswar of
Yes,
all
yes.
places. It'll be
The Patnaik
great. I'm so
family
excited for it.
single-handedly is holding up hockey in India. Thanks to them, everything happens there. If you're a hockey nut,
That's great.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Okay, let's go to
Oh,
the next
Yeah.
piece of news. Does
but
the
can you show
chat
some
have anything to
excitement?
say to this?
I've
Let's
never seen a
go to
less
the next
excited.
piece of news that we
I,
have today.
I feel that's too
I've
much. Can
I've
you find a
shared
middle path?
this
Huh.
Jonathan Pye documentary on with Sparsh. Sparsh, please put it in chat. I think it's a must watch. But watch it on a good day, or maybe on a day when you won't get depressed.
Also,
Like
is
you know
the
what I
link
mean. Don't watch
legal?
it on a.
Otherwise, you don't just go on
Today,
spreading illegal links.
today I'm already depressed. My daughter's birthday and I have to spend money. So come on, understand what I'm going through. So are we seeing it?
Yeah, yeah,
We're seeing it.
No, we're not watching it right now. The link will
Oh,
be somewhere in the
yeah.
description.
It's on.
Link
oh,
is
It's
there
in
in
the
the
chat,
chat.
and it's the
oh.
official link of the documentary. Don't worry, I'm not making you piracy.
How long is this
This thing.
link?
Link is a
Who,
couple of
who,
characters. The
who has a
documentary.
problem with the length of a link? तेरे लिए छोटा
There
बना
you
के दूं
go.
बिटली करके.
ADD, तो I'm the god of this ADD community. Don't you understand? Even the passport visa questions, the guy told me sit still the last time. You have you have to understand, bro. Some of us, and it's not even our fault. Like when Abbas is speaking, sometimes I've already submerged myself there and I'm in another world, and then I come back up and he's still saying the same
I
thing.
take that as a compliment.
Of
I
course.
submerge. Yeah. I
Yeah.
submerge in my voice
You
and in my
you make
words.
me go down if you want to use the phrase. Yeah.
क्या
All
uh,
right.
next topic क्या लेना है अब्बास मस्त एकदम
ये
ऐसा
ये
एकदम
माइक
ऐसा
पकड़ के तू
कच्चे
बात
वाला
करता है भैया. It's very funny, यार. It's
what
I
do you
mean,
do
it's like he's in this slightly 21st century studio. I'm in some old fashioned office, and you're like some guy from the village who's got the mic out and he's holding it with a wire tap to it.
I have
oh man.
alternative means but I don't
नहीं
want
नहीं
to
ठीक
use
है.
them
Not until we get a proper sponsor. I don't want you to work hard. It makes no sense. Huh.
So
Abbas,
Cyrus, your
bolo.
friend Ashneer Grover,
Yeah, yeah.
who got famous
Very
through
close.
Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Ashneer Grover has promised a Mercedes to any staff member who completes 5 years in his new venture.
yeah but
He
is it an electric Mercedes because
Can I tell you one thing? You can get a
yeah,
Mercedes second hand and very different pricing. I can get it for 50,000 also. So it's not like, I need to know more details. Is it a brand new state of the art? This SEL, that SEL? Yes, give us all that. Then what is Mercedes? That's like saying, I'll buy you a new
and
dress.
especially
I
with
can get a new
Grover
dress.
huh.
and Grover you can't trust as a guy
I
it's
know
very
exactly.
shady
Yeah, that's the thing. And the whole presentation was quite shady. So he took to LinkedIn saying that he announced his new venture, which is called the Third Unicorn. And the post didn't actually say much about what the venture is and what is going to happen. All
huh
he said is that he'll have a team of 50 people, and if you complete 5 years with this particular venture, that you will be given a Mercedes. And then
Oh my
nice
God.
after saying
You get
that again,
you,
he what?
huge mistake, Abbas, because you put this out in an IVM office where people are looking for jobs. And I don't know why you did that.
There you
Because
go.
they
Grim Fandango saying Sparsh and Rishi
Spanish
moving
come
to
back.
Ashneer.
Spanish come back. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And I feel like Sparsh will get along with Ashneer Grover.
No, they both the Delhi dialect will help, but after 15 years, what do
Yeah,
they do? Because one guy
that's
and
also
wants
true.
money.
yeah and every time Ashutosh says Doglapan Sparsh will start giggling like a schoolgirl and then it'll be problematic
In
Also,
the post, in the
Ashnil sorry not Ashutosh
Ashneer,
Ashnil
my God,
Couldn't care.
He's the
Tried
most
caring, failed.
famous urban Indian at the moment, and of course, we don't have any respect. Unbelievable. Let's get him on the show, make him feel better. Huh.
After all
So,
of this.
so one section of the venture, there's no
Yeah.
nothing about the venture. So this is
No,
also like,
it's very secretive for some reason. All it says is if you want to be a part of the next Todu Fodu thing, here's a
hmm,
sneak peek at how we are building. What we are building remains the $1 billion question. So
that means nothing.
That means crypto. That usually means
Ah,
really,
crypto.
no, I
I
think
mean,
Ashneer Grover is
I
smart
wouldn't.
enough to not
Abbas,
go into the crypto
Akash
game.
is setting up a gag, and you're asking a question, and we're three comedians. Why doesn't
Sorry.
we should play off each other instead? This is
Please
ridiculous.
continue with your gags, Akash.
I
I
mean, now
forgot to
the
yes.
moment
I
it was a
forgot to
funny gag,
yes
Abhi kya?
and
and you made it serious, and now we can't pull it back. It's gone into the universe. Yeah. Huh.
Ah,
so
Yeah,
then he goes on to talk about the Mercedes thing, and then he said gratuity तो बेइज्जती के लिए ही होती है ना. Brackets, gratuity is for insulting.
gratuity. Gratuity.
Gratuity. Okay, sorry. Is that how it's pronounced?
Huh?
Not
gratuity.
gratuity.
Gratuity, na. My friend
दोनों
from
चलता
Bhiwandi,
है. ये
when he's
कापड़िया
Mazgaon, he says
कापड़िया
it
वाला
correctly. When he
हिसाब
goes
है.
to Bhiwandi, this is what happens. Now he scared the hell out of us.
SSC,
ये joke भी नहीं
it's
था,
just
but now we are screwed.
it's just
We are laughing
SSC
at the wrong
ICSE.
joke.
It's just SSC ICSE. That's all it is.
You think?
I'm
Like,
You
CBSC, bro.
bastard. Oh
there you
man.
go. That's why it's gratuity. जो भी
तो
तू बोला
CBSC
वो.
Gratuity.
तू तो दिल्ली का है भाई. You should be talking to
Gratuity.
Ashneer.
हम लोग को तो
Gratuity.
pension is
You're
the only word I had in SSC.
Akash is fucked. This group is not going to let us forget. Remember their rule: the more petty, the better. So you make a mistake on foreign exchange, you make a mistake on air quality index, you make a mistake on anything, you're screwed. Now gratuity will stay with
Yeah.
Abbas for 20 years. 20
But he
years.
has a new book out, right, Ashneer? What's it called? Some.
I don't know, but Akash
It's
is doing his
called written
fingers.
by ghostwriter. A book by
Ah,
Ashneer Grover.
his book is
Yeah.
called Doglapan, The Hard Truth About Life and Startup.
I don't know. I know what his romance is called. Kitty
What?
and Grover.
Wow.
And what?
I know
He
what
likes
his
it.
conscience
Did you
is
get
called.
that,
It's called
Akash?
Varun Grover.
I can tell you what his last words are when they execute him. Grover and out.
Well played. Well
I'm
played.
Guys,
sorry.
I
Why
think
we
he's
attacking him?
more of a shower, not a grower.
Oh. As was noticed on his Suhagrat. Okay.
After all this, if he comes, he's
Now, when he
drinking
is throwing his
Grover wine.
hand
Grover
in.
wine.
But by the way, Grover wine was great when I was young, man. Before all these wines came, I think Samans and Sula and all that, and the new wave guys. Grover was the only. Akash, did you drink in those days in the 90s?
When
Okay, so
when I was 5,
you never know. I mean,
I avoided it.
famously during the French
Avoided
Revolution,
it.
the royalty
Only,
said,
only on weekends. Only socially and only milk.
"No, I thought if you grew up in Gujarat, you'd be drinking because that was the norm."
But I grew up in Grant Road. I was not drinking. I was avoiding
Wow.
pimps.
Grant Road has got 32 bars. 32 bars. You just everywhere you look, there's a bar. Yeah. Sorry, Abbas.
I live outside of a dance bar. Like my building. You know where I live. You've seen the house buildings. There are two dance bars right across my
Hey, which
this
one? I've
thing,
been to your house.
near my house on the main road. So growing up, like, and even within Grant Road and all, like, where we used to go to eat idli or where I used to go to my friend's house, I've seen a lot of prostitution in and around me. On top of that, I used to क्या बोलते हो, volunteer in college time. I did one or twice. I went
For what?
To go to a prostitute.
for no. So there are these NGOs that go and rescue the prostitutes from the brothels. And that's like one of the few times in my life where I didn't have the nerve only. Like I couldn't go back the third day.
So
मेरे से
I
नहीं
have a
होएगा
horrible story about this. Kunal Vijayakar, who frequented one of these, I won't mention Kennedy Bridge or Forget Street or wherever, but he went there and the girl he started lecturing the girl about what are you doing with your life, why are you here, and all. She told him to shut up. So a lot of these goody guys can't make up their mind. They go to the place and then, they want to give a lecture about how to make your life better.
Didn't she
But then
tell
why you
Kunal
here?
मैं तेरे से ज़्यादा पैसा बनाती चल निकल.
That's still true today. Today also it's true. And she's really old now, still making more.
Hey man, what are we doing but if not prostituting ourselves into the world
He
of
never made a
content
judgment
on
call.
the
I'll take
internet.
Akash's side on this. There was no judgment call. He said, I was just privy to seeing this growing up. That's
No,
all.
no,
He
he's
didn't say,
saying
ki,
that it's a
ha.
really big problem that he has seen, and it's a really
Yeah, but not
gruesome
not
No,
that.
I
situation.
mean,
Not,
I think the problem is that the government doesn't legalize it. And therefore, these people have to, because you don't think politicians and cops get a cut out of this. They get a
Of
huge
course.
cut out of this, dude. So, I mean, it's not like they're accepting Paytm, at a brothel. They're taking fucking hard cash, and that hard cash is the black money. People assume that, they say
see,
that
in the
business
old
owners are
days,
the ones accumulating black
in
money,
the
but
old
it's
days, they actually
political party.
owned either equity or owned these bars and all themselves. Now what they do
Yeah,
is they
yeah.
take the hafta. It's like owning shares. You do the hafta, which is like owning shares in these places. And that's what Parambi is saying.
Sweat equity.
Apparently, sweat
It's
equity,
sweat
literally that.
equity.
Yeah,
It's Shark
wow.
Tank, bro.
Yeah, that's
Ashneer कौन है? Ashneer कुछ नहीं है. Come and learn from the Mumbais. The Mumbais will teach you.
Because in Mumbai, I mean, there are books that will elucidate this better than I can. But essentially, the mafia was replaced by cops in a lot of places where it was like you used to pay hafta to the gangster, now you pay to the cop instead.
How we
Same
miss
thing.
the gangster. No VIP movement with gangsters here. I'll tell you right now.
Nothing,
Never
nothing.
bothered me.
Only,
Never bothered me.
only nocturnal movement.
Nocturnal movement and mostly until this 93 riots, the bomb blasts, etc. Really, honestly, what did we care? That was the first time
Ah,
where they went beyond the pale in a sense. I was
yeah.
okay. I was thinking of becoming a gangster. My only problem is that I don't like
I would
blood.
have loved to see you threaten someone,
There are
No,
no
Cyrus,
I'll
Parsi
threaten.
for
gangsters.
Hafta.
The,
You
That's
the
what.
cannot
one
have a
guy in the
Parsi
bomb blast,
gangster
Akash,
fundamentally.
the bomb blast, 93 bomb blast, one of the main perpetrators is a guy called Pilu Khan. You can check it up. Mother Parsi, father Muslim. Very much Parsi, Gujarati speaking. And
Bro, Mother Parsi, he was excommunicated from the community. If you had kept him in the fold,
Ay,
एक second, I just
Abbas,
want to
Abbas, ye
clarify.
max suno,
If
ginke suno. He's saying removing the Parsi zimmedari, putting it all on the
if
Muslim.
I know,
Just listen
yeah.
no
carefully.
no no
Yeah,
no no no
Typical
no,
Guju
all
behavior.
I'm saying is all I'm saying is all I'm saying is if this kid had gone to HPY in the summer vacations, na Cyrus,
correct,
if he
correct,
had gone
correct.
to HPY, he would not choose violence. He would
Tell him
choose
what
Hundu.
HPY is.
Happy Parsi youth.
Yeah.
Tell us
This
what
is
that
like,
is.
these are like camps to train you on your Parsiness. Yeah,
Oh,
It's
really?
it's like it's yeah, Parsi kids do this summer camp called HPY.
yeah,
Uska full
yeah,
form do hai. One is the
Ah,
original Parsi name and one is just Happy Parsi Youth because that's
yeah.
easier to say for non-Parsis like me.
But
it's like
Abbas,
it's
so
like
just to
Jesus camp, like
okay, now
how
stop it. What are you all doing?
eventually.
What is Jesus camp?
Why?
Is Jesus
It's exactly where
is
they
it
where they
like a
train you
Before you
in
Mexican
go,
thing
things.
where a guy can
can you leave the Hindus
Where,
out of this, please?
no,
Let's
where they
just end it
no
here.
no those
Huh,
camps are different. Let's not go
huh.
there.
Yeah, it's
I'm huh.
so we are doing Amar Akbar, Adeshar, and Anthony. We're doing all four.
uh, I think we
Right.
should take a break and then do the
I
rest
think
of
we
the
should stop the
topics.
show immediately.
I think we should burn the microphones
How
and
did we go
no,
from
don't burn them.
prostitution to
I
happy
don't
Parsi
know.
youth?
I'm trying to. I was just trying to tell you a piece of information because I hate it when people say Parsis are so honest and all that. I'm thinking everybody's normal. If you look at demographics, it's not that much different. All the demographics are the same.
Hmm.
If you look from the same
Yeah,
class
like
and the same
percentage wise,
background. Yeah,
10% तो चूतिया
Whoa,
रहता ही है ना
Hamisha has
public में.
gone to
that's what.
H5V. It didn't work for her.
And she married out,
HPV.
huh? She married out. So that means not only it didn't work, that's a huge failure for HPY in the sense that the one thing, is the orthodoxy is the one thing that you're drummed in.
I
It's
combined HPV and HPY into H5V. I meant HPY.
Are you, what's the word? Dyslexic?
Maybe late. I think I am dyslexic. I can't even form a sentence.
No, you're dyslexic after doing this podcast. Till then, you were fine.
Yeah,
It's just
that's
the
true. Yeah,
morons that are on it, except for me and Akash, of course.
Uh,
Huh.
hey,
yeah.
hi,
Chalo.
Nayan को मेरे तरफ से shout out. We were just talking on Insta. He was asking when IVM comes back with Varta Lab. We should know. Hopefully, we should know soon, today or tomorrow.
How power hungry is Nayan that he talked to you on Insta? Now he wants his name to be mentioned in the
Is that
podcast
the
also.
reason, Abbas, or is the fact that Akash does not take his calls? So he had to come this way. He's trying
No,
to
I think
understand the desperation.
I'm just jealous. Nobody asks me to shout them out. So
Hey,
I'm like,
you got some
what?
female fan following nobody's ever seen in IVM.
Hmm.
The three
That's
girls
true.
who ever written in, all three are for you. So please stop it.
Dad bod.
Show off.
Dad bod.
Really.
But none of them
Dad
show up
bod.
now. Neither does Sunshine show, nor Sarah. And yeah,
Papa, once you've read the book, I
Because you
mean, come
outed their
on.
names.
that's true. Huh?
Yeah.
No, no,
I,
those were their screen names.
also, I think
Akash
we
is
lost. We stopped
Hey,
the live
somebody's asking
Thursday.
about my nephew. My nephew is well. Thank you for asking. Continue,
अभी ये
Saurabh.
आकाश का पर्सनल लाइव स्ट्रीम बन गया है
I know,
अभी.
वो
really.
तो हो
Why don't
जाएगा.
you just
अगर
go
तुम
back
होने
on
दोगे तो हो
WhatsApp and leave
जाएगा.
us alone? What's going
Yeah,
on?
go back to your prostitutes, Akash.
I know.
Let us do this show.
Shit, man.
Come
Really.
ask me all this on my Telegram group. I will answer
Yeah.
you better.
Wow. Okay. Maybe me and Abbas will. Chalo.
Let's
Taking the
take a
break?
break.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Hope you're having a great time watching this show called, what's the name? Cyrus something. And before we go to part two, please please like and subscribe. I was just testing myself. I always do that from time to time. Yeah, like and subscribe to the channel ASAP. And then we'll come back with great stuff. Not really.
Hey everyone, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. We have a special announcement introducing Club Paisa Vaisa, where you get episodes of Paisa Vaisa 3 days before release, bonus and ad free content, and access to the full show archive. So get your yearly membership today for only Rs 699. Log on to club.ivmpodcast.com/Paisa Vaisa. On Cock and Bull, Cyrus, Meghna and Noel talk about NASA's warning against China's probable claiming of the moon and the bizarre case of a man relieving himself on an airplane. On the Wire Talks, Siddharth is joined by Prakash Magdoom, former director of the National Film Archives of India and author. He shares what intrigued him about Mahatma Gandhi and what made him write the book The Mahatma on Celluloid. On All Things Policy, host Soumya Prabhakar is in conversation with Aditi Mutatkar, Indian badminton player and silver medalist at the Commonwealth Games. They talk about sports in India, systematic hurdles, government schemes and much more. On Smarter with Sid, Siddharth explains what Reset Hour is and how to incorporate it in your routine. And on Pop Rap, Nikhil, Snehil, Abbas and Jalasmi suggest what should be Bollywood's resolution for 2023. New episode out on the IVM Pop channel. Once again, do not forget to visit our merch store on ivmpodcast.com. We have some super cool and exciting stuff over there for you and your loved ones. Follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn. If you like our shows, then do spread the word. You know, it really helps us a lot. And of course, do not forget to rate and review our shows wherever you are listening to them. You can also find all our video shows on youtube.com/IVM Podcasts. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week, Capgemini and HDFC Mutual Fund. Thank you so much for making this possible.
What? It's just the two of us.
You know that the whole prostitute thing, they started investigating him immediately. Because
Damn.
apparently one of the bars is his family owned thing, and it's you didn't
Oh.
mention that. Yeah.
No.
You could it's called Aakash Haven, by the way. So you can imagine. Yeah. I tell you.
He's
Uh,
also a lawyer, so he's literally passed the bar.
he's a lawyer, family of stockbrokers. So you can see that the nefarious activity is there in the
I know.
family, already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But thanks for having me on your show, Cyrus. It's a pleasure.
Bro, for me, this is an honor. I've been trying to get your date, and
I
since Shah
know.
Rukh Khan cancelled last minute, I said, who can replace
Yeah.
him? And then immediately somebody said Abbas, and I said, of course. And then we called your people, your team reached out to us, and now we have you.
Sameer
We should do a
Gopekar
batch.
Singh,
Yeah.
like a Swayamvar, a bachelor kind of. IVM should do a bachelor kind of show for Abbas. I'm game. Let's do it.
It's not maybe not just you. We can take 3-4 guys who we
No,
think
no,
are
no,
looking
no.
for love.
Who? Me, Silvery, and what's his name?
I
Sparsh.
didn't want, yeah, I was looking more Rishi. Sparsh is a musician. He
Oh,
should get
actually,
girls.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rishi.
Yeah.
Rishi is the more eligible bachelor.
Yeah, because Rishi only talks football, and you can see many women running away from him. Because that's not always fun topic for the ladies. So I don't know.
That's true.
I try to tell Rishi, he's got to broaden his horizon and look at other
Mm.
things. Right now, his two influences are Bill Burr, whose podcast only he and Bill Burr listen to,
Mm.
and any football match from Nagpada all the way to Nicaragua. Anywhere, if there's a football match, he covers it. All right, so this is the topic that we're discussing: Rishi's love life. Go on.
No, I just want to say our episode with Veer Das is out now.
Yeah.
It premiered yesterday. So if you haven't checked it out, please go and check it out. I think we can do better on the viewership numbers that we have right now. So please share the episode if
No, I
you
spoke to
if
Veer.
you've
He
seen
says
it and you liked it.
I spoke to Veer. He says he buys followers. Apparently, you can do that. So just give him 5 minutes. He'll sort it out right now. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, he's a sweet guy
Yep.
that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
According to Kostab, we were quite on the line of controversy in that thing in terms of not pulling our punches. But I don't remember. Did you think about
no, not really. I think it was a fun interview. I don't think we
No,
discussed anything
fun or
controversial.
not? Do you think we crossed any lines?
Not at all.
Not the three of us fighting. I mean, with powers that be.
No, not at all.
He's demented. He has no idea. I'm
Yeah,
just
Kaustubh
conveying
is
your
just
message.
too paranoid. I don't know why.
Well, it happens when your testicles don't distend at the age of 30, and these things.
Sugata Mukherjee saying, "I'm sad that Abbas got to speak so little on the episode with Veer." Well, Sugata, what can I say?
No,
When you
that's not
have,
true. You spoke a lot, I thought.
yeah, I think I
I mean,
spoke enough.
you
Yeah,
spoke
I
enough.
got to
But
ask the 2 3 questions I really wanted.
I'll be your
So
lawyer in your defense.
Ah,
You're the guy who you don't like to push your voice through, but that's your personality type. It
yeah,
doesn't mean you're not
yeah.
taking part. You're very much taking part, but you don't like to be. Well, I'm a little excitable, so I'm always shouting and screaming a little bit in the background. And then there are all types out there. Akash likes to talk also, for example. But I think that's your
Yeah.
style.
Is
I
Akash
give you 10
coming
on 10 for that.
coming back? Okay, he's coming back. He's
No, no, no,
just
no,
gone
no,
away
no.
for a while. No, but I asked him a question about how do you decide where to shoot the special?
Captain
Okay,
Avigio,
Akash is
Captain
back.
Avigio. Uh,
Maybe he can shed some light on this. So Akash, did you see our episode with Veer?
I did. I saw
Veer
bits. I didn't see the
Sangvi.
whole thing. Last ka baki hai.
Anyway, so I asked Veer, how do you decide where to shoot the special? What I actually wanted to ask is, a lot of the comics right now are shooting their specials abroad. So is it more affordable
Who
to
is
shoot
a
a
lot?
special?
Who
Huh?
is shooting? Who?
काफी लोग कर रहे हैं. I
Who
think
could?
Aditi is also shooting her
Uh,
next one
no, no,
abroad,
no.
and then
He means all the foreign comedians shoot in their
no,
countries.
Baba,
That's what he's trying to say.
Indian
Like,
comics also.
oh, Indian comics. Okay.
Yeah,
So Aditi is
is
shooting
it?
Okay.
abroad.
I think so. I'm not 100% sure. But is
I
it
don't know.
more
No,
affordable
It's
to
a
shoot it
riveting
abroad?
conversation.
okay. I'll
Let's
tell
go
you
through every
what it.
name and where they are.
No, I'll just quickly do a rundown. If you look at apart from Aditi and Veer,
Hmm.
the only comedians that could effectively, like a lot of comedians could effectively shoot abroad, but the costs are pretty high. You shoot abroad because you have an audience. Like Aditi's audience is very international.
Hmm.
Same with Veer. So I think
Hmm.
it kind of makes sense for them to go there and do it. मैं US जाके हिंदी वाला set नहीं record करेगा. It doesn't make sense to do that. Because
Veer
the
did
the
had
point
quite a
of
bit of Hindi in his latest special.
He just
yeah,
said
but
Jaldi
Veer is
twice.
Huh?
He said Jaldi twice. I
but
saw
Veer
it. I
is
saw
like
it.
a different,
No, that
like
was
an
the
entity. Like
audience saying jaldi.
Veer's audience is a lot more NRI.
You fucking bastard. Unnecessary. Really? That's our audience to us, bro.
Sorry, Akash, you were saying.
No, so like for example, like we're shooting 3 specials this year, of which
Humble
like
brag.
Nasty we're shooting in Nagpur, and Dark we're shooting in
So foreign country.
Okay, so
huh?
then that question, is it easier to shoot in a smaller town than in a Bombay or a Bangalore?
Arey Baba,
100%.
Shreyas
For
owns
me, it is.
Nagpur. There's no cost to company. Everything is done for him. Oh, come on.
Like
Uh,
of the 3 specials I'll be putting out this year, the first one was shot in Thane. The
Hmm.
second one is gonna get shot in Nagpur end of March, and the third one is gonna get shot in Gurgaon Piano Man end of
okay, so you're going in
April
the
or May.
right direction geographically. You go to Thane, from Thane halfway to Nagpur, Nagpur halfway to. It makes sense, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a Gujarati Manas's mind, unlike yours, you idiot. He's saving cost to company. He's just gone in one direction. I mean,
Hmm.
this is
Yeah.
fantastic. Veer should learn from him. Veer came back to Bombay.
So but I think it has not just to do with the money aspect. It also has to do with home field feeling wala aspect.
They give
You know
you
what I mean?
more attention when I don't want to say B town. That's a horrible thing to say. They're very much A towns only. But when you go outside the big 5 metros, do you get more attention? You feel
You get
like
I mean, people are a lot more appreciative of the fact that you came all the way. Like
that's
especially if
what.
I go to Chandrapur or Amravati, and when I go to these
I
smaller
was in
places,
Amritsar,
people are just
and they were really warm and over.
yeah,
Much more
yeah.
friendly. You
Because
think than say
you
Bombay.
came all the
Yeah,
way. You came all the
yeah,
way there to entertain them, and most people don't go all the way there. Like if
yeah.
you look at Chandrapur, the only people who are going to Chandrapur regularly are me
Puneet,
and Punit Pania. Yeah,
Puneet has a statue erected there until they heard his political jokes.
Punit, it's made out of coal.
Yeah,
Punit was the first guy. Like when I heard Punit
Puneet
is doing it,
objected
I
to
said,
they
"Fuck it,
put
let's do it."
they did the statue, and for safety they put a tikka on his head. And that's the that's where it stands now.
Even the statue slurs when it talks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Hey,
speaking
Abbas,
of
you and
Indians,
Puneet will be a great Jugalbandi, huh? Because you'll all both have this slightly slower, lower pitch. I would love it.
on the
Honestly,
show or on like on in
on
stand
the
up?
show, nobody's listening to us. I'm looking at your career. Stand up. Where people have paid
Hey,
money and come
also
to.
one more thing to mention with this special shooting thing. You have to shoot it in a place where you can confidently sell that many tickets, huh? Because like
That's what
you have
even
to
Veer
do
said.
Yeah, you have to do 2 shows, right? Minimum 2 shows,
Mm,
What?
and
mm.
maximum you would do 4 shows. But most people don't do 4. You do 2 or
Because
3.
if you fuck up in the first show, you have the
Oh,
footage of
okay. You don't
the
cut.
other
You
show.
don't cut. You just do it again. The whole thing.
You do the whole special twice,
And
and then you kind of pick out
we can
which
choose.
version worked best where. Um, and
And then you
so
should get
for
really
me,
stupid. All the failures from college should be given 50% off, so they can see it twice because they don't understand it the first time. They get it the second time.
yeah.
So that way the audience is also participating in the double process.
But we do that on
Uh,
YouTube, right?
Waves
Where you release
Reborn
the
is
huh.
saying I have a phobia going to a stand-up comedy show. I feel I may be the target of a joke as I'm an introvert and a low-lying guy.
Depends
Don't
on
have
yeah,
whose
that
show
shit.
you're going to, right? Like if you're coming to one of my shows, I don't give a fuck. I have a show written. I'm not gonna go to you for a joke because I've written my own jokes.
no, but
Some
something might
people want
happen
to
from the
interact
audience
more.
or whatever, and suddenly you might be interacting with them, and there are people who feel very uncomfortable. That is a problem. You got
I
to run
mean,
away from.
come to my shows, man. As an introverted person myself, like as somebody who's himself socially anxious, I see it on the person's face and I wouldn't go further. You can
Yeah.
tell, man, when you're making someone uncomfortable is the most human fucking thing to realize. So,
Mm.
What
I mean,
I
I wouldn't
what
do
I
it.
recommend
But some people
to
make careers out of it, you know?
make
So,
the audience
that's
no to make them feel more comfortable, you should be pantless. I feel you're naked from your navel down.
then they'll be
Immediately, then
distracted at the bulge.
not
They'll get
really.
too
Well, in
distracted.
your case, but in my case, perhaps there'll be
You have to
people will
stop
put.
doing steroids. That's why
Yeah,
you're.
too late. Too late.
That's
Yeah.
But
that's why your
then
peen keen is so.
they won't stop laughing. They have to stop laughing to answer the questions, right?
Yeah. And some of us need to light that area because it's so dark. No one's gone there in years. I mean, that's another problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's move on. So speaking of Indians making waves abroad, Cyrus, the song Natu Natu from
Wow.
RRR has
Unbelievable.
has won the best original
Can you
score at
believe
the
it?
Golden
And in
Globes.
What a
special
bad
category,
song.
no best special category, best foreign song that no one can understand abroad. It's fabulous. Fabulous. Really. And they shot it in Ukraine just before the thing, somewhere in the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parts of the movie.
A lot of it.
They beat Rihanna, Taylor Swift, and The Weeknd to
I won't
win
argue with that.
the award.
I mean, firstly, how dare he call himself the weekend? Me and my daughter had a huge fight because I couldn't understand what she was saying once when she told me about this weekend. Because I thought of it as a concept and she was talking about a person and like a noun. I mean, just really hard.
And there's
Yeah.
no other
And
E's.
Rihanna congratulated them apparently
That's
there's a
true.
video. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was like unbelievable, and she meant it in another way. But yeah,
I personally am not a fan of the song. I didn't like the song much. I thought it was a very average song and definitely not the best to come out of our country in a while. But I mean, it's just one of, and I don't believe in these
have you
awards,
seen
man.
the
They're all like,
dance? Do you think
Yeah, the
Ramchandra and
dance
I
is
think
the
it's the
thing
NTR
that is
Junior?
selling it.
The
Yeah.
dance is fantastic, bro. I think the dance is what bought.
Mm.
Everybody was like,
yeah.
they're fabulous. Even the Ukrainian extras are not bad. So I mean, it was really good stuff. Yeah. So
No,
I,
but
I
ये
Uh,
मेरे
always
को लगता है कि ये गोल्डन ग्लोब्स ऑस्कर ग्रैमी सब चूतिया काटने का धंधा है एवरी अवार्ड शो that I have ever been a part of has been a चूतिया काटने का thing. So I thought
yeah.
don't participate only in
no,
this shit.
even so be it. I think on a global stage, an mainstream Indian film is getting
No,
awarded.
no,
I
but
think that's
can
fine.
I explain
I'm
the
not.
part?
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
the jury process because I've studied this online. You guys haven't. The jury
Right.
process for songs from foreign countries is without the sound on. So that's the first thing you have to understand. So then the music must talk to you without the music. It's a difficult concept. Initially, you'll say what rubbish and be funny. No, no, no. Just think about it properly and then understand what they've got. It's what we call in Hindi vatavaran, the ambience and atmosphere. That's what you have
Mm.
to give, not so much the song. And for
Okay.
that,
हाँ,
RRR, which is a single letter said thrice.
Yeah.
Firstly, that should scare you to go to see a movie. That's not
Does
important for the
this mean
second letter.
they will win
So
the
cheating one.
Oscar RRR?
Yeah. Oh, God.
Did you follow the
have
movie
you
controversy
guys
that
ever
followed?
been uh, Cyrus
Go ahead,
and
Akash.
Abbas, have
Well,
they ever random award shows contacted you to give you an award?
I have been part
No.
more winning award shows. And Akash, I don't know if you've done this because there are now less award shows, I think. But I mean, there was just the fact of the matter is they are changing. I won't take Filmfare's name because how dare I make fun of that. But they're changing the award because the guy is not able to come on time. And so the
Yeah.
other guy is going to get it. And they put pressure on you. They're putting a note in your hand. And there's like 30 seconds to go. And they've already told me this is the ex presenter. Mostly presenters were more problem in the award, guys. They're changing them all last minute. So it was such a huge issue, man. I'm like, what?
There
Nobody's
was
earned any award
uh,
here. It's whoever's come.
yeah, every year I get a message saying, hey, you have won the award for best stand-up video in the year, please share that you have won the award. And I'm like, who's getting marketing out of this? Me or you? You know what I mean? It's always a scam. It's always a scam of somebody. Every award on inherently, unless it's like a quantifiable thing, is a scam
Oh
because
wow, guys!
essentially.
I'd like to thank the jury. Rishi, Rishi has just handed me this. It's an award for IVM podcast for best podcast production house. This is from the
Yeah,
Hubhopper Awards.
What they don't know
there
So
you
is
thank
go.
you.
IVM podcast production house is outsourced. So, it's not even the people there.
But what is even this trophy? It's just transparent.
No, it's all to do with the Oscar. I'll tell you, the genesis to all these trophies, Apsara, Papsara, all of them, they all to go back to that Oscar formation. And from there, there's a perverse movement that happens. Some guys designed it slightly off, and look at them all. They're all the same. I want
No,
an award which is
the
just,
Oscar
it
is
should
a
be like a
fine
marble,
gentleman
just a
standing with a
marble.
stick, and the
Yeah,
Filmfare Awards is this black lady who's just like striking
Yeah.
a
yeah,
pose, a
yeah.
nude black lady. So I think
Wow. You're
it's a
giving me
little,
ideas.
I've still
yeah.
not
Huh?
I've still not forgiven the Indian award shows for using the Star Wars theme every time somebody picked up an award.
Oh
Star Wars,
man, good
Indiana
point.
Jones.
No, no,
Indiana
boys,
Uh,
Jones.
boys, guys. What are you saying when you're anchoring these shows? Just remember, and they're long ones, and they use the same theme music for every friggin'
Yeah.
award. It doesn't change. I tell you, the benefit of doing this for 25 years, our comedy may not improve, but we understand the mistakes. So please
Yeah.
don't play the same freaking theme song. Why do you think it makes sense for 2.5 hours for this guy sitting in row 21 to listen to the same 3 bars of music every 30 seconds? It's like torture. Oh. Good point. This is the best point you made in the entire 2 years of our podcast. I must tell you.
Okay, quickly take a topic, then we can do AMAs.
Okay, is
okay,
baldness
last topic.
hereditary? Sorry, Abbas. No, we'll do it some other time.
Yes, it is. I was telling
Pictures.
Akash, now
Uh,
I mean, some of his hair is regrown. I was like, he's such a big fan of mine. He's copied my hairstyle. So
Yeah.
yeah.
it's, I don't want to get stereotyped, but all my Guju friends, and I have plenty, I can't think of a single one of them who doesn't have good hair. So we have a theory. I don't know whether they oil better or what, but there's something and I've got lots of Gujarati
In
friends. The
my
only one is Amit Doshi.
family,
Jeans ma
Amit
che,
Doshi is the
jeans
only
ma.
one. Jeans
no,
ma.
in my family, my cousin Asim and I are the only ones who still have their hair post 25. All the men lose their hair post 25.
Really? But bro, you have a good shock of hair. I mean,
Yeah.
when you had it, yeah, I'm sure it'll come back.
I, I I get my mom's hair. My mom also is, she's 62, but her hair is immaculate, like all there, very lush and all. But all like my every male on both sides of the
90%.
family tree.
90 side from the female, yeah, from the mother's
Yeah,
side.
and a lot of women
Yeah.
also actually have had the
Abbas, we're
balding
not
problem.
saying your aunt is bald, huh? So just I don't want you
No,
to get
no,
angry or
that's
something.
okay.
Yeah.
Even if you do, I don't mind.
Okay, is it? I mean, just now that you brought it up. Yeah.
But our last piece of news comes from Ghaziabad, where a video went viral of a group of two
Yeah.
women really going at it, fighting with each other, and the
Nice.
reasons for the fight was
Can I ask a question before you say anything more? Aisha and
yes.
who?
Ouch, Cyrus.
Just sounds exactly like my life. She's always fighting. She fights the guy in the
The
lane. She fights with the guy on the road.
clash broke out when a group of dog lovers at River Heights Society opposed the management decision to remove stray dogs from the campus.
Oh,
So
good. Beat the management up.
there had been incidents of dogs biting the residents of this particular what do you call building, and
Hmm.
the municipal corporation has banned the residents from keeping three dog breeds considered ferocious: Pitbull, Rottweiler, and Dogo Argentino
So Dogo
as
Argentino
As
was
pets.
banned
strays,
with control
as
with
As
strays
children
or
pets,
also
as
as pets.
as pets.
Yeah.
Only because you have to understand this whole thing. I've studied this market also properly. The problem why they these animals are very powerful animals. Okay, that's the first thing.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
all dogs are more or less the same. It's just that they are temperamentally. If they get angry, they have the. It's like a 300-pound guy and a 150-pound guy. Okay,
Mhm.
that's the difference. So the
yeah.
300-pound guy can hurt you. So unfortunately, that means the person who looks after the dogs have to make sure the temperament is good, easy, and it can be done with proper sort of guidance from the family. But if Charlie is walking your dog and your dog is just there, you pat twice a day, then you don't have a proper connection and you don't know what the dog is doing, and the dog gets mischievous sometimes. And with that kind of power, he can hurt somebody. But I think they should, because I think there are too many
But
human beings, too
But
many.
मेरे हिसाब से like whatever I've seen of dogs and their owners, the dogs eventually take the owner's personality. Like there's a very strong link between these two, in the sense that if like I've always seen more aggro people have more aggro
Yeah.
dogs. It's just a
No,
very
it's
like
not
people who raise
aggro.
their voice a lot more.
Bro, let me tell you, yesterday, day before yesterday, it happened again. A lady comes with a stick and a dog on a leash. Okay, and I was trying to explain to her that you're
Mm,
passing on your aggression. You're actually not aggression, it's fear. Fear is the worst thing to give the dog. The fear in
mm.
her body, the way she's holding the leash, the way she's holding the stick, is going to the dog. And the dog is pack
Yeah,
mentality, saying, okay, now I'm also feeling fear. I have to defend myself, defend my boss. And that's what's happening
yeah.
there. They don't seem to understand that if they are calm, 80% of the battle is over. There's no real major fight that's going to happen. Then we'll figure it out. So I always try to remain calm, but I can't. Human beings, man, Akash, you can't teach them anything. They still go to prostitutes at Grand Road. Those guys are
No,
uncontrollable.
you look at the footage of these dogs who have bitten somebody in Ghaziabad. I want them to watch the whole footage. Watch what the fucking person did first to
Exactly.
annoy
The
the dog.
cause and effect.
Because
Yeah.
कुत्ता तो कुत्ता है.
Yeah.
We all accept, right? कुत्ता तो कुत्ता है. पर आदमी तो आदमी है ना. तो आदमी बनना बेंचो. तू क्यों कुत्ता बन रहा है?
Absolutely.
It's
I
quite
still
in the
feel that
background. Is a
What's Doggo Argentino?
so Dogo Argentino is it's a mastiff breed, basically in South America. Big, powerful, about 130, 150 pounds. Very good
Okay.
fight qualities and all that. But then again, it's like if John Abraham and you have a fight and he's like 250 pounds of muscle or
Of course,
whatever,
John will lose.
of course he'll lose. That's what is my point is nothing next to you, right? You're spot on. Yeah.
Oh man, but these dogs look damn hardcore, huh?
Uh,
Fuck.
now he's changed his
But yeah,
mind. Our lawyer has switched.
on some level. But like, because I remember I used to know this guy in Bangalore, and he had a Rottweiler, and like a big, huge Rottweiler. Okay, most gentle puppy, man, like a
Correct.
fucking lovely
No,
little
pit
dog.
bulls are a
And
very loving breed. Pit bulls are very loving breed. We have a pit bull in our lane. Lovely. It was beaten badly by an
yeah,
owner in Thane where you were going to do your special. How dare you? And then found a home. This nice guy brought him back to our side. Leo is the name of the dog. What a beautiful dog. He's so loving and
yeah,
still with all the beating, he loves kids. He loves everyone. He's just a loving dog and he's got a loving family now. And that's the difference. That's why our
Hmm.
huh.
kids won't become terrorists. But Sparsh, I don't know, man. That guy. Just kidding, Sparsh.
No,
Okay.
Samir has raised a valid point saying, I've been chased by stray dogs without any provocation. Akash, humans aren't always the ones to blame. I agree.
No, there is a
But I am
provocation. It's called
sure
fear. It's called
it's
fear,
called fear.
firstly.
If you're
Yeah.
afraid, if you stand tall in your position, pick up a rock and just stare them back in the eye, उनका गांड फट जाएगा. Because उनको पता है कि तू dominant कुत्ता है उस pack में.
I was at the airport waiting for a pickup because Costa didn't organize the right airport. And so passing time, I went to these 4 5 dogs. They all are barking and all that. But the moment you start whistling and going towards them, they just back off if they're not
Hmm.
comfortable to
Yeah.
come forward. Because moment the prey drive is so strong in any animal and also in people in Delhi that if you go back, they advance immediately. Abbas, you were telling me you were
Why,
molested
why
as a
is Vinny taking a shot at Samir? Samir, it's your
I
place.
swear, be nice, you guys. Let this
Sorry,
be a
Vinny.
chat room of love.
Maybe
What the
Please,
fuck?
I don't know. Man. I don't
That
know.
escalated quickly.
There's only one way. There's only one way to find out.
Quickly, AMS, guys, quickly.
Samir,
Before it's too
Samir,
late.
wear the burqa. Wear the burqa when you walk on the road. Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to the AMS. The first question comes from GK. GK says, Cyrus, will the new sea route near seashore of Mumbai will reduce traffic really, or it will destroy mangrove and eco-aquatic life?
So that's two different questions. Firstly, because about the traffic has got nothing to do with the environment. I mean, I'll let Akash handle the environment question. He's better at that. I will say one thing: all the time you plan these things, there's a point where the traffic will congest, right? Because there's a point of embarking and a point of disembarkation. My worry is that
Bottlenecks.
because the bottleneck that will happen oh my god, because that is really going to be painful. I don't know how you're going to cure that. So then we have to be against traffic and spend the whole day, forget your comedy act and whatever work you do in live, lawyer, investment banker. Your mind is only on how to get through that bloody period and avoid that 20, 30-minute fiasco. So I don't know, but I'm very cynical now about traffic. I don't know what to do. I'm dying here. About
Nah,
the mangroves, Akash.
yeah, no, I agree. The bottlenecks are where the problem is because the bottlenecks are where most of the pollution happens, right? Like you have cars that want to get onto this smooth road but are stuck in traffic getting onto and off of the road. Like
And
same
coming
with
down a
sea
bridge,
wherever.
even worse, huh? Because you're going to you'll be using the engine going berserk. Forget EV and non-EV. I'm just saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So I
Anyway,
mean, there was
mangrove,
actually a
mangrove.
very good report that a citizens group had submitted to the government before the coastal highway was started, where they showed rather empirically that it's not going to help more than 5% of the population in the city on a good day. You know what I
But
mean? Now,
which are the 5%?
no, I mean it's the rich
the top
5% that can
5%.
afford a private car and go South Bombay, North Bombay. That's what it is for. It's for
ये बेंच ऑफ
politicians to get
politician है
to.
यार, लेफ्ट राइट जाता है ये पेंडुलम के जैसा.
नहीं, ये simple है. Politicians want to get to the airport faster, so they are making this road. It's not for us. Don't ever assume that things happen for us. If things happen for us, then the Andheri Bridge would be finished before the BKC Bridge
Keep a
was finished, because we
helipad
know who
on
BKC Bridge
top
benefits.
top of Vidhan Sabha. Just keep a helipad and let them just take off from there. I think directly. Why are they bothering with
That
all
should be
this?
ideal. That would be
Yeah.
ideal, because
Can
the
I go
amount
to the
of
next
petrol we
question?
are
It's very
wasting.
interesting.
Sure, yeah,
No, no, but one thing, he didn't answer the
This
mangrove
is
question. I think
getting very
Amit
Bombay
and
centric.
Akash has discussed this before. Akash, about the mangroves and the environmental or
yeah.
deforestation,
Dude,
whatever you call it. No?
and the mangroves are fucking important to the city. Like, you can't pretend ki bina mangrove chalega. Nahi chalega. Like, and it's simple. I'm telling you, this is my theory. We're gonna keep building bridges until we sink. Okay, and then we live on the bridges. That's the only plausible thing that this leads to.
Or in the words
Is
of
we
Puneet
all live on
Pania,
bridges.
the rich on top of the bridge and the poor will below the bridge because they got a brand new
Yeah.
location
But
now. Yeah,
except now, rich and poor
they'll
will
be
be on the
drowning.
bridge, and
Yeah,
Cyrus will be
yeah.
in Malabar Hill.
Binoculars.
Okay, next comes from
Hey,
Vineet.
before you
Your
do
next
that, listen,
question.
can because you'll suddenly stop, I want to just wish Gaurav Pilania a happy birthday. He's one of our regular viewers or whatever you want to call it. And he sent a message on Insta, and I did send the video, but Kosto was sleeping all day yesterday and didn't put it up. So, Gaurav Pilania, a happy birthday. Oh, you did send the video. I look like an idiot. When did you sent it now, apparently. My dad was laughing, said, Sajni said, tell me, मेरा सिक्का कुलाबा से हरियाणा तक चलता है. Yes. And tell your dad. His dad's a top of the line 4G. We won't ask what rank. But when we have VIP problems, can we get the armed forces? Because that's the one people who can bully them. Because I got to tell you, in '93, I saw a major beating up cops. You know, I was in Cuff Parade because they weren't doing their duty and these riots were going on. He called two of these cops and he made them do push-ups and MCBC galis and all that. And it was like a movie, man. He was shouting and abusing them at the top of his lungs, and they were doing push-ups out of punishment. You know, they were NDA cadets. It was fantastic. So I'm thinking one way to bully the bullies, we get the army on our side. Okay, this sounds like a revolution. So I just
Sounds like a coup.
Okay, the next one comes from Vineet. Akash, doesn't your own channel gather more viewers than your show on IVM? What is the motivation of doing it on IVM then?
it's like an
So
NGO.
so I have two podcasts. One is called Aakash Mehta and Friends, which has its own channel. Nothing can go on the Kuch Bhi Mehta channel because of the way the YouTube algorithm works. So
Huh?
it has to go on its own channel. Vartalab is co-owned by IVM, which is why we can't do it at our own pace. We have to do it like collectively at me, Naveen, and IVM. There are three parties involved, and so on and so forth. So
Which
I mean, it just
comes
makes sense
brings
to
us.
stay with it. We just hope we can come out of break soon, because this break has gone on for too long,
But
and
but
it's
but
been
what,
almost a
that
month.
brings me to the question: where is Naveen? You're supposed to be recording with him. So has
Yeah,
he
so
disappeared?
Naveen is just not coming for your shit. He's coming to
Yeah.
our episode.
So he is coming for your show.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
He's just
Hey,
annoyed with you. Say
Naveen's
hi to
behind you. Naveen's
Sunil.
behind you. Is that
Sunil,
him?
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Tag
Sorry.
him.
I couldn't see. I couldn't see.
What weird things are happening in your room?
झाड़ू नहीं निकालता क्या कोई तेरे घर पे?
Anyway.
That's the next episode of Varta Labs. Just tune in, please. Yeah. Okay.
Rohit Atre asks, how many episodes of Malaika's show did you watch, Cyrus, after Abbas introduced you to it?
Well, I didn't watch it for whatever reason. I don't know. I couldn't remember. But a lot of people around me in the gym and in my house and all, my daughter, etc., have watched it. And now they realize that I know people who are stars. You know, so that's like I've gone up a little bit, not much, but slightly up a little bit. So anybody who was a '90s sort of role model, if they come back into the limelight or whatever, it's very good for us. And then again, they
I
say,
know.
"Dad, why aren't you famous?" I'm like, "Okay, now I'm going to start all over again." Yeah.
Okay, the next question is kind of related to this. AMA for Abbas and Akash. Do you think Cyrus will ever do a stand-up special? Some nudges on the podcast might just convince him.
Who'll write it?
I mean, I'm sure he should do one, but I'll write it. Then
Yeah.
only.
Yeah, I'll also
Write it,
pitch
and
in.
that one part is writing.
Yeah.
Second part is teleprompter. But I can't remember things for 1 hour.
But I,
No,
I, I
I'll
think
make
you
it.
shouldn't do a
No,
straight-up
we'll.
stand-up special. Do like a variety show type of thing. Like a
But
Yeah,
that we do
you should do.
anyway.
I would pitch you like a variety show, but also the way we would write it is that it would just come to you one after another. We wouldn't
Can
write
you
it
do
in a
that?
way that, yeah,
Please.
that's
You're
what.
searching for
That's why I
what the
charge the
next
big
point
bucks.
is always a big problem. I That's why I haven't done my own version of Chai Pe Charcha because I don't have enough material. Uh, okay, no, I cancel that thought. I cancel that thought.
Moving
Yeah.
on and on. But yeah,
So
if
Akash, you're
no
writing.
one
You're
Cyrus,
writing. I'm going to hold you on that. You'll write the special, of course. There will be
yeah, yeah.
payment and all that. And
I
Abbas,
wrote
you're
one
also part of it.
already, man. I'll write.
Yeah. Now you can't. Yeah.
Did you hear the laughter at the payment mention?
Yeah.
Why are they
Anyway,
cynical about payment?
not at all. We are
Have
just
I not honored you?
laughing at
Every
the
omelette,
figure you will offer.
every omelette has been deducted from my huge salary. By the way, huh? They're counting. I'm paid in eggs.
Sharda Dattar asks, have you invited Mahip for dinner today for Maya's
No,
birthday?
can you please? Where's Sparsh? He's supposed to get Mahip on our podcast, and he's not done anything.
Also, Kaniz. She's in
Kanis
town.
will get. What about Mahip? See, Mahip, I don't know. We have to. Kanis will
We'll
get
look
once
into
she's
it.
here. No, that's
S-
a, that's a, that's a political reply.
As
I don't
soon
want
as
that.
you mentioned it, Sparsh opened his laptop to message Mahip. He's like, right
Really?
now.
And
Yeah.
he's done it 12 times before with no reply. So what's the point of this? We've got to. He has to go to the house dressed in a hoodie and knock on the door and scream, "Mahip, Mahip!" He has to do something like that to make an impression. Oh, it's Mahip.
Anyway,
You'll have to explain that. You'll have to explain that. Go
okay,
back
the
in
last
time.
question is from Harvesh. It's a sports related question. Question for Cyrus and Akash. With Novak being back at Melbourne Park, is he the hands down favorite to win the year's Oz Open? Also, do you see newly formed PTPA coexisting with ATP and WTA? I don't know what any of that
Yeah.
means.
So that's like
You
a
guys
I'll,
can
professional
I'll
take it
let
tennis
off,
player.
Cyrus
take it
take the
away.
first part.
I will
Huh?
just
I'll let
sit back.
Cyrus take the first part because I don't know much about the first part, but the second part I've been following because it's more interest to
The
me.
first part is Novak 100%. He's still at 35. There's no question. The young guard is there. One of them just pulled out yesterday, but they've got. Novak will not lose. He still. If Novak reaches the semis, he's winning. He won't lose from there. If he loses, he'll lose in the first round because something went wrong. That's the way I see it. But about this newly formed APTP or whatever it's called, so it's got
PTPA.
two powers coexisting. It's a
What
bit
is
odd. Yeah.
parent teacher parent
You
meeting?
already have Association of Tennis Professionals and Women Tennis Association, and now you have this. So I don't know. It's a little confusing. We tried it in India, having Prime Minister and presidential form at the same time. So I'm just saying, yeah,
No, I think to me the idea that like PTPA is the players looking out for themselves.
correct.
I think WTA and the other one are more
Was
the people who organize the like they're
true,
coordinating amongst
true, but they have a
organizers.
group of players who sit on that board as well. Also, remember, Cricket Australia has this issue. They have Cricket Australia and they have an Australia Players Association, and they're always at loggerheads. So, in the sense of
But they should
democracy and
be.
the
No, but they should be.
yeah, okay, then democracy has its price. This is what I'm saying.
No,
To get things done
100%.
and all that. Yeah.
But I mean, if we are looking at a scenario where both the players and the organizations that help create the whole environment for it have to coexist, then there will be issues of rights and there will be issues of overlap of rights. And so, if you have a PTP, at least you can make sure that the worst of it is avoided.
On
Even
paper,
though yes, there will be arguments.
on paper it may
So
make sense. I think it'll just lead to nothing happening. But I want to quickly mention there's a huge crime committed in India. No one has spoken about this. Is a crime against the nation, and I don't want to end on a non-funny note, but we have to take it up. Ishan Kishan made a double century in his last one-day international innings and was not played in the next game. And no one has said anything. No one has gone on strike. No one is fasting unto death. No one is doing anything about it. Akash, I hold you responsible.
Ishan
I take
Kishan.
full responsibility.
1 century by Ishan, another by Kishan.
Okay, no more comedians on this panel. Back to Akash. Akash, come on,
That-
bro. Do you remember Karun Nair making a triple hundred, got one more innings after that and never played again for India? Okay,
I know.
I'm just saying it's got to count for something, brother. A double century, the fastest ever made in a 50-over match. In Bangladesh, fair enough, but they're a decent team now. And then you don't play him because it doesn't fit the
Bangladesh
squad.
has a 5-1 record of series at home, man.
Absolutely, exactly, going into our India series. So now you tell me I mean, how can you not play him?
I take full responsibility, Cyrus.
Are we still doing this?
Oh,
It
okay.
was
Shouldn't
my
we
call.
wrap up by now?
Okay. This
No,
is
I
called a
agree
Naveen
though.
moment.
I
Abbas wants to
100%
pull
am
out.
on board with it. But then the only problem is that you have to remove Rohit Sharma for that. You can't remove
No, the still swap was KL Rahul, but you won't remove KL Rahul.
KL is middle order, Baba. You have to take out somebody from the top. Ishan Kishan
That-
can't play one
I'm
down.
first saying put them in the 11, then we'll talk about the combination. So if you swap the so-called wicketkeeper batsman is KL Rahul, would you swap him?
No, because
So you'll take
you
out Rohit
can't.
Sharma.
I would if I had to choose between the two right now, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli are in the waning of their career. You know what I mean? I would rather let a young guy come in for an old guy as opposed to a young guy coming in for somebody who is KL is decent. We know there's some stats
And I-
padding going on there, but he stuck around, man. Yesterday also he stuck around. No, he made us win the match. It was good.
But
There was a
there's a
match
mention of
yesterday.
Sky. The mention of Sky as well. I won't even get into Sky
What is
because
Sky?
obviously.
Akash.
Oh God. All right. आज मैं ऊपर अब्बास नीचे.
No,
Shall we
I
end up?
mean,
It's been a good time, guys. It's
fuck, once the World Cup starts, this is all you guys will talk about, no?
Bro, I have a problem. If I start talking cricket now and someone like Akash, I can't think of anything else.
No, it's
It's like-
okay. We'll,
then
I
that's
mean,
why
then
we
then
should
it's
bring
legit.
back. We should do Lanso with the two of
I
us.
think we should.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
time.
yeah.
We really should.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Because it's so much fun actually to talk to someone who really likes the game. I don't want to get all Brahmanical about it, but
And there aren't enough people,
non-interested. Yeah.
There
No,
aren't
they-
enough
like,
people anymore.
That's true. We need more dogs also, now that you mention it. So, yeah, maybe that's where we can fill in the vacancy. Let's end with
We'll
3
adopt
happy words. Happy birthday, Maya.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Maya.
birthday, Maya. It's you're 16. The world is ahead of you. Don't go with our cynicism. Not that you watch this, but
Please
te-
like
tec-
the
technically
stream, subscribe to the
China-
channel.
Only China's
Like
ahead of
the-
us. I mean,
let me
technically, because
plug the
world is-
channel, Cyrus.
Okay.
Our Instagram page recently crossed 10,000 followers, so congrats on that. Please keep following, keep sharing, and yeah, keep watching me and Akash on other podcasts and Cyrus on this one.
and very quick plug-in. Those of you who bought discounted tickets on Telegram and have not received the email, yes, Dagger, I saw you earlier. Sorry, I couldn't respond earlier. Just message Utkarsh on the Telegram group. He will be able to help you with that immediately. If you're not on my Telegram group already, you should be, because you get discounted tickets, free merchandise, and I hang out there way more than I hang out on any other social media.
Utkarsh is your Costa or what?
Utkarsh is my
Oh.
Costa, but also my dad, and also my father. He's everything in my life.
But costume is just a choose.
Okay.
So what are
We
you all
need to
talking
wrap
about?
Utkarsh
Okay,
is
no,
my
we just need
everything.
to one last message to Naveen.
Yeah.
Naveen, please come back. Please come back.
Naveen,
come
please
back.
come back.
Please come back. Please come back. No, just don't go. No? Don't go. Please don't go. Please don't go. Don't go.
I'm just
Please
gonna
don't
make
go.
a video of this so that you can.
Don't go,
he can
Naveen.
get it.
Please don't go. Naveen, please don't go. Naveen, don't go. Don't go. I mean, if we can win the Golden Globes, surely I'm in
If
the right
this doesn't
place.
get him back, I don't know what
Yeah.
will.
All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Okay, thank you so much for watching the show. First, let me verify if anyone's left. Okay, not sure. Can't tell. Lighting is not good. But you know the drill. It's very simple. Like and subscribe. We need that, guys. I'm desperate for it. I've just been told we don't get like and subscribe by November 31st, which doesn't exist because it's not there in the month. There'll be trouble. So please like and subscribe as quickly as possible. And that's all we have time for. And leave your comments. Your likable, lovable, laughable comments. Anything you want to say. Criticize us. Say anything you want. We don't care because we don't really read them. But please, no, I'm kidding. We do.